Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to San Antonio African American Community Archive and Museum's Conscious Conversations curriculum project for students. Conscious Conversations is a collaborative effort between SACAM and Race Ed San Antonio. My name is Kaylee Ho, and I will be your host today, and I also have Camille Johnson with me here, who is behind the scenes. Camille and I are both interning with SACAM and go to Trinity University. Our topic for Storytime this month will be white privilege. For more information regarding this project, please visit our website at www.sacam.org. We want to thank all the people from both organizations involved in making Conscious Conversations possible, and thank you to you all as well for being here. Look at all of these presents. We all love presents. Presents are fun to open and they give us nice things. Sometimes presents even help us when we're at school or at our sports game. Today, we are going to talk about white privilege. Privilege is like a present, but it is a special kind of present because only some people get it. Privilege is when one person gets a present like special treatment or special rewards that another person does not get. It could also be getting chosen to participate in special events. But when some people get special presents that help them, it is not fair to the people that do not get the special presents. Let's play an imagine game. Everyone close your eyes. Imagine your best friend. Now imagine your favorite kind of cookie. Imagine a plate of those cookies that are your favorite and think about how yummy they are and how much you want to eat one. Now, what if every afternoon I gave your best friend 3 cookies for a snack and I only gave you 1? And then I did that day after day after day. Your best friend gets 3 cookies and you only get 1 cookie. Would that be fair? No, it wouldn't. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Now imagine if you did something wrong and I took away your favorite toy as a punishment. But when your brother did exactly the same thing, I didn't take away any of his toys. Would that seem fair? No, it wouldn't. Okay, you can open your eyes now. White privilege is just like these things that we imagined. White privilege means that some people are given extra privileges and presents just because they are white, and other people are given less just because they are black or brown. It means some people are treated harshly when they make a mistake because they are black or brown, but when white people make the same mistake, they don't get the same kind of punishment. Sometimes they don't get any punishment at all. That is very unfair. Today, we're going to read a story about some children learning about unfair things and how they can help when they see things that are unfair. The book we're reading today is Something Happened in Our Town by Marianne Solano, Marietta Collins, and Anne Hazard. This book is about 2 children named Josh and Emma talking to their families about something bad that just happened in their town with the police. Get those wiggles out and get your listening ears on. We're about to start the story.
Something happened in our town. A child's story about racial injustice. By Marianne Solano, Marietta Collins, and Anne Hazard. Illustrated by Jennifer Zivian. This story is read with permission by Imagination Press. Something bad happened in our town. The news was on the TV, the radio, and the internet. The grown-ups didn't think the kids knew about it, but the kids in Miss Garcia's class heard some older kids talking about it, and they had questions. After school, Emma asked her mother, "Why did the police shoot that man?" "It was a mistake," said her mother. "I feel sorry for the man and his family." Yes, the police thought he had a gun, said her father. It wasn't a mistake, said her sister Liz. The cops shot him because he was black. Emma was confused. He is brown, not black, she said. Some black people have dark brown skin and some have light brown skin, Emma's father explained. Black usually means African American. Most of their ancestors were brought here from Africa as slaves. I know what a slave is, said Emma. That's when you have to do whatever the other person says. Yes, slaves had to do whatever white people told them to do. Even after slavery ended, white people didn't let black people live where they wanted, go to school with white people, or vote. Who are white people? White people came from places in Europe or Russia or other countries. We are white people, even though our skin is light tan. Did our family do those bad things a long time ago? Emma asked. Yes, answered her mother. Back then, many white people thought that they were better than black people, even though it wasn't true. Liz added, some white people still think most black men and boys are dangerous, even though they're not. Was the man that got shot dangerous? Asked Emma. No, her mother said. Shooting him was a mistake. It was a mistake that is part of a pattern. Like a pattern on my blanket? Emma asked. Yes, but this pattern is being nice to white people and mean to black people. It's an unfair pattern. Suppose you had a birthday party and invited everyone in your class except the black kids, her mother said. How would the black kids feel? They would be sad, Emma said, or mad. And you would be missing out because you never know who is going to be your best friend, said Liz. And you can help others to be fair, said her mother. Like telling Anna to stop teasing Ling about her name? Asked Emma. Her mother gave her a hug. Yes, just like that. In another house, Josh asked his mother, can police go to jail? Yes, said his mother. Why do you ask? That white policeman who shot the black man, said Josh. Will he go to jail? What he did was wrong, said his mother. But he won't go to jail, said his father. Why not? Asked Josh. Cops stick up for each other, said Josh's brother Malcolm. And they don't like black men. Josh was confused. Why not? Some police are black. You're right, said his mother. Uncle James is a police officer, and so is my friend Kenya. There are many cops, black and white, who make good choices, said his father. But you can't count on them to always do what's right. Malcolm added, I can get stopped by the police just because I'm black, even if I don't do anything wrong. That's not fair, Josh said. What if it was a white man in the car? Would the police have shot him? They probably wouldn't even have stopped the car, said his father. Sometimes white people are treated better than black people, said his mother. But it's not right. Everybody should be treated fairly. Josh's mother gave him a hug. We're proud of who we are. Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., and Nelson Mandela were strong and brave black leaders. They showed us that we can stand up for our rights and set good examples for others. They were treated unfairly, but helped others learn to be more fair. Some people haven't learned, said his father angrily. Why are you mad? Asked Josh. I'm mad that we're still treated poorly sometimes, but I can use my anger to make things better, said his father. Black people have a lot of power if we work together to make changes. I have power, Josh said, and I'm smart. His father smiled. You're right, his mother added. And you can change people's hearts by sticking up for someone who is not treated fairly. Like Malcolm sticks up for me when the kids tease me about my glasses? Josh asked. He tells them to step off. Just like that, his parents said. The next day, a new kid joined Emma and Josh's class. His name was Omad, and he was from a country far away. Omad didn't know where to sit or what to do because it was his first day in school. He talked a little bit, but it was hard to understand him. He said he was learning English. After lunch, the class went outside to play soccer. Daniel and Sophia picked kids to be on their teams. All of the kids were picked to be on a team except Omad. Daniel said Omad probably didn't know how to play because he was new. Sophia said Omad might not be good at soccer. Josh remembered what his mother said about sticking up for people who were treated unfairly. Emma remembered what her mother said about unfair patterns in birthday parties. All of a sudden, Omad wasn't alone. Emma and Josh were leading him to their team. We have enough kids on our team, Daniel said. We don't need him. But Josh was ready. Step off, he said. He's playing. Yeah, said Emma. We don't want to miss out. And just like that, Emma and Josh gained a new friend and started a better pattern in their school.
Now we're going to talk about the story. I will ask you some questions, and you can talk to someone around you about the questions. Here is our first question. How did Josh feel when he learned that his brother could get stopped by the police because of the color of his skin? Josh was angry because this is not fair. So my next question is about privilege. We talked about privilege a little bit before we read our book as like special presents. Where do you see privilege in this book? I see privilege on this page when Emma's mom talks to her about a bad pattern, when people are nice to white people and mean to black people. This pattern is also called white privilege. It doesn't happen all of the time, but it gives white people a special privilege that is unfair. And another unfair thing we see is when the children were mean to Omad because he was new and did not know English. But unfortunately, there are many unfair things that happen all around us. How did Emma and Josh feel when their class was mean to Omad? And what did they do about it? Emma and Josh remembered how Omad probably felt sad and that they should stick up for people that are not being treated fairly. Then they were extra nice to him and invited him into the soccer game. They even stood up to their other classmates that were being mean to him. We have just talked about several times in the story that people are not treated well or treated unfairly. Can you think of something that you have seen or experienced that is not fair? Thank you for sharing. We have talked today about how some people get unfair treatment and some people get special privileges sometimes because of the color of their skin. But it is important for us to remember that we should always stick up for people who are not treated fairly, just like Josh and Emma stuck up for Omad. You can start a new pattern at your school or in your neighborhood. And if we get unfair treatment, just remember it does not have anything to do with who we are because there is nothing wrong with you. You are awesome. Thank you for joining us. Once again, we want to thank the SACAM board, CEO and staff, Education Committee, Race Ed, and our volunteers for making this production possible. Activities and resources for guiding conversations of children of all age groups can be found on the SACAM website. That's www.sacam.org under Race Ed, Conscious Curriculum, and Conversations. Join us next month on February 13th at 11 a.m. for another story time on systemic racism